Hello and welcome back everyone. Today we're going to be taking a look at the column support here, which is our final orthographic drawing, and we're going to be creating the orthographic basic dimensioning layout in proper format for this. So this is in verbal reference to the TDJ basic dimensioning rules for orthographic drawings note found in the hub. And let's take some time now and get started. So this video should be fairly short. This isn't a terribly complicated part to dimension if you can reference and know how to follow the rules in that note. So to get started, I'm going to begin with dimensioning this 5 diameter circle. So I'm going to go up to my annotation, grab diameter, select it. And I'm trying to eyeball this to be about 12 millimeters off of the part, which is about here somewhere. Next, we're going to select linear, select endpoint to endpoint, and create that 82.5 dimension. I'm going to snap it right here and come off 22. Why 22? Because I already have this dimension first. I have to work smallest to largest as I go. So what are we going to do next? Let's see. We're going to create the ordinate dimensions for the diameter here, the 9.38, and the radius. So we're going to select radius. I'm going to select this one first. And I can't repeat that. I need to grab my diameter next. Select diameter, and we can basically, O-track this and snap it like that. One thing we can do is take our ortho off, and we can basically just grip that R12.5 to be in line with that 9.38. All right. Moving on, we need to show an overall width. So I can do this on the right side view. I'm going to do it here, endpoint to endpoint, turn my ortho back on, snap in line, and bring out 12. Again, it's better to run this dimension here because, again, if I run it on the top view, I have no room for it on the left. If I run it on the right, I'm basically going to run an extension line into this extension line. So it's much cleaner looking to show that dimension on the right side view here. And instead of snapping it to the top, I've snapped it to the bottom, and the reason for this is because I'm going to be creating an overall length dimension on the bottom, and I'd like to keep the linear dimensions on one side to kind of keep the drawing looking a little cleaner. And again, while keeping dimensions from between views when possible. So let's do that one next. So we're going to select linear, go end point to end point, and I'm going to come down 22 instead of 12. The reason is I'm leaving myself some room to create these radius dimensions that are going to be first, which are smaller. I also need to create a dimension here to show the thickness of this base. Now, when I go to pull this out, don't pull this at the arrowhead leader, because if you do, you're probably going to lose your extension line. So always pull it from the numeric value and come over 12, like that. It's easy to make that mistake if you grab it from the arrowhead leader. Moving onward and upward, so we have to complete these dimensions right here. So we're going to go radius, select this arc, and we're going to come down and look for about what we feel is 12 millimeters, so around there. Right click, repeat dim radius, select the outer radius. And this one here, we could dimension it up here, or we could have it down here with this one. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it basically in line with their R16.25, just to keep them together. And when I scan around this, okay, I have my overall length, I have my overall width, I still need my overall height. So I'm going to run this dimension twice, and we're going to keep what we think is the better one. So endpoint to endpoint, snap, grip, 12. Now let's run this dimension again here. We can snap this one to the part and then come out 22, right? And I can tell already there's two reasons why I don't like that dimension. It looks funny to have this sitting right on top of the 8.75, which does not fit. And also I have this giant extension line sitting way out in the breeze I can avoid. I think it looks much better to have the 25 on the right side view. Keeping in mind we have to have an overall length, width, and thickness showing on our drawings, right? That's one of the rules of basic dimensioning for orthographic drawings. So this dimension we're going to erase, so we don't need it. So at this time, we're going to take all these, throw them on the dimension layer. Select dimensions. Undo. Okay. Now, I did not put a tip on here or here, despite the fact that there's two of them. But the reason for that is the center line. This is symmetrical, so it's understood that these two values would be exactly the same on the right side of this view, right? I only need to put a tip if there's no evidence of symmetry, right? Same thing with this 8.75. Again, it's symmetry. The center line tells that story. So in case anyone was wondering, that's why I didn't do it. Now, in terms of these radius dimensions, I'm going to leave this up to you. I'm going to let you make a decision on your own, and we'll make either or correct. We could run these dimensions here a different way. We could run them like this: radius and then repeat here. Right? This is another way to do it. So basically, you know, the advantages and the disadvantage, I mean, this arrowhead passes through geometry. Again, it's really not that bad, and it also goes between two views. But again, we've talked about this, and we can go between two views if we have a good enough reason to. So this is over dimensioning, so I basically have to take these two and erase them. And then we can throw these on dimensions. And we can look at the part like this, right? What do you think is better, right? Undo. All right, so I'm going to leave that up to you. I'm going to let you make your own decision about how you want to show these radius dimensions, right? What do you think is better? But that should be it. Okay, so that is the completion of the basic dimensioning for the column support. So try it out. Make a decision about how you want to show these radius values, and take care for now. Talk to you soon.